And we are now live. Welcome, everybody, to the third week of Battle of the Decades. And for this live show, we're simply going to be doing our week 3 scoreboard update. And this is going to be a juicy one because there is a definite shift in the rankings, and it's a pretty close race. And week 4, it's going to come down to the wire, I think. So it's going to be a lot of fun to get all the reveals here.
Yeah,
Fun,
it's definitely
huh?
anyone's game.
How do you want to do it? Do you want to go from last to first like we did before?
Yeah, Nico, do you want to go from last to first?
I suppose. So, unfortunately, at this current moment, Nirvana is down a bit. We're not out. There's still hope. We got a week left to get some points. But we are rocking 170 points right now. So not so great. We're a bit behind. We've read 134 books across 17 people so far, so that's pretty great. It means just about everybody has submitted something. We've read 32 of our prompts, 31 of Fleetwood's, 32 of Journey's, and 39 of Green Day's. We have, though, had 93 books read against us. Most egregiously, we were attacked by Journey, who read 37 out of that 93. I don't know, Journey, why you feel the need to attack us, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think we need to go our separate ways personally, but we have had 14 bonus challenges completed, so I know that's up, so that's great. So hopefully some more of those and some more reading. And then we do have, I said last week, Mummy to a Rockstar have finished at 16. Pat Sabbath has also finished at 16. And we have Pepe Sylvia at 15. So right there on the cusp. So still doing some great. I have some catching up to do. I've got 8 books for the next 8 days to finish. I'm going to do it somehow. It's going to be a busy week, though. So going to make sure that I pull the weight here. But yeah, so we still have time. We're definitely down. We're the underdog, but I have faith that we're going to claw our way back to the top.
Are you just now remembering to tell everyone that we're live, dear?
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
So no, we're not going to address everything I just said, and we're going to pretend that Nirvana's Nobody saw it. It didn't happen.
All right, I told everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And then who is in third place?
So unfortunately, Fleetwood is still in third, but we're very close in this race. So we have read 125 books across 15 people so far. We've read 39 books for our own team's prompts, so 1,170 points gained for that. But then, and we read 29 books for Journey's prompts, 27 books for Nirvana prompts, and 30 books for Green Day prompts. But 96 books were read against us, 32 from Journey, 31 from Nirvana, and 33 from Green Day. So minus 960 points there. But then we've completed 16 bonus challenges for 160. So all in all, we are at 370 points, which is a massive leap from where we were at in week 1 and 2.
Started from the bottom, now you're here.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any top readers for your team?
Yes, I do. Sorry. First is Jigsaw Puzzler at 15, then Froglet Carly at 14, and Justin K at 13. Sorry, I was doing that part from memory because I had messaged Ian thinking he'd make it. And then I was like, oh crap, I got to pull it up. And then I pulled it up like when I was working it out earlier and not like the message where I sent it. So yeah.
All right, so Team Journey is still in second place. We have read 150 books across 17 people so far, 42 books for our own team's prompts, 32 books to attack Fleetwood, 37 books to attack Nirvana, 39 books to attack Green Day, and 98 books were read against us. 29 from Fleetwood, 32 from Nirvana, and 37 from Green Day. We have 12 bonus challenges that have been completed, and that leaves us a total score of 400 points. Now we have some top readers. Andrea B. and Steminus Kendra have completed all of the prompts. They are done with all 16, which is amazing. And supposedly we have a 5-way tie for third. We have Great Gazoo, Twainy, Amanda, Unkind Poodle, and myself. We have all read 12 books each so far.
Nice.
Yes.
And first place, Green Day, yet again. But very close now. Green Day has read 143 books across 17 people so far. 44 of our prompts have been read. And then we also read 33 Fleetwood prompts, 37 Journey prompts, and 29 Nirvana prompts. And 108 books were read against us. God. Y'all are coming out.
That's the most out of all of us. I was curious.
Yeah. Y'all do not want us to win, apparently.
But you're still in first place with all that's.
Yep. And a big reason for that is we have 18 bonus challenges completed. So
Okay.
that's a lot of points. So we're in first, but we have 420 points. So we're only 20 points ahead of Journey right now.
Mm-hmm.
And only 50 points ahead of Fleetwood right now.
It's a tight race. And then we actually have 4 people that have done all of the prompts so far. Cass Knowles, Lisa, Manu the Book Nerd, and Really Late. They've done all their books, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And Really Late did it pretty early, actually.
Yeah. Ironically, yes.
We're not going to talk about how many points behind first place Team Nirvana is. We'll just let it be a mystery.
Yeah.
No one saw it, so I'm going to pretend the update didn't happen.
Yeah, we're only 20 points behind you, Jake. So I kind of have faith we're gonna swap spots this week.
We'll see. But Fleetwood started at minus 150, and now they're already at 370. That's
I know. It's amazing. But because we have quite a number of people that have finished all the prompts now, I wonder how that's going to drastically change things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we have 4 people that are done. So, and we have a few more people that have like 14 and 15. So,
yeah,
hopefully we can keep up.
Fleetwood has no one that is done. So we're just going to still be affecting the points.
I know. That's the thing. It's really
the question is, have they done our prompts or have they been attacking?
Yeah.
Y'all are just like slow and steady wins the race, apparently.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We had a couple of people that had a slower start for vacations and stuff too.
Yeah. I still need to do the second bonus challenge.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun seeing which songs everybody picks.
Yeah.
Nico's was very fun.
So aggressive.
I had fun with it. So I felt like I had to do that one because it is a really great 90s song. And it's not something you would expect to be a 90s song either.
And Stacy did a great job with hers. She did her rendition of Carry On Wayward Son.
Which is a good one. It's a good one.
It's been really fun seeing all of these. I really enjoyed them last time too. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of variety like last time too. So
yeah, it's definitely interesting to see what everyone picks. Thanks, Jane. Actually, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention, but I've had a pattern to what I've been wearing in every live show.
Hufflepuff.
Just
Yeah,
really,
I would not have been the person to catch that. So
I didn't either.
The
I've
dogs are doing well. Dakota's here. The rest are running around.
catch up on these comments. I have.
Nope.
yeah.
Dang it.
Mhm. Yes.
No, you can just not submit your books for Team Journey. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Totally shocked.
Yeah. You know what, though? Nirvana has by far read the least amount of their own prompts. So if they've just been hoarding their own prompts till week 4, they could be the dark horse that comes out and takes it.
I like the optimism.
Mhm.
I hope that happens. I've gone in such like the strangest order, and it's been mostly by what like fits or is available. And I did all of my audio first, so I know like most of my stuff for our own prompts is physical, which I haven't had a chance to get to yet. So now I just have to cram. But yeah, that was like I read all the Green Day prompts first because they all happened to be audio. Like it wasn't even an attack. It was just like all I could fit in was audio because I was finishing a physical book. And 3 out of the 4 were audio for that one. 3 out of the 4 for Journey audio, and then Fleetwood was more a mix, and then ours is mostly physical. So I'll get some points.
Do you still have some Nirvana prompts left then?
Yeah, I still have some. So that'll help a little bit. And yeah, hopefully some others still have some they're gonna do. But we'll see. I don't even like there's with you all so close. It's like there's not even like a clear favorite to attack or anything either. But
Yeah.
You guys could be sneaky though, because since we're in the top 3 and we're all close, maybe less people attack Nirvana, and then you guys
yeah,
all
okay with that.
a surge of points. You never know.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that.
I still have 1 Nirvana prompt, 1 Fleetwood Mac prompt, and then 2 for my own. And the 1 for my own is a physical read because I do audio for almost everything. I really can only get through 1 physical book a month because the only time I read the physical is before I go to bed or when I wake up. So it's usually audio the rest of the time. But Kings of the Wild was going to be, it didn't come in.
We're coming back. We're coming back, Brandon. Somehow we're gonna do it.
So the top 3 are all within 50 points. Fleetwood,
Yeah.
Green Day are 50 points apart, and Journey's in the middle of that.
Yeah. Physical, I read slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to switch out Kings of the Wild with the first binding by R.R. Verdi. Have any of y'all read that or heard of
That
it?
book is huge.
I was going to say the audio is 41 hours. It would be the longest audio I have done yet. Do you have it, Nico?
Yeah, that's it physically.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is
Sure.
good. Just to compare.
Yeah, I know, but it's to fulfill the prompt of the series. What's the prompt to read a series that you believe is to be completed? This was the only one on my Goodreads TBR that I could find for that prompt that was readily available on Libby right away.
I gotcha.
So, yeah,
That's a big boy.
I'll do it. I'll make it. But it's done 41 hours, really.
I had the perfect book for that prompt because I've been doing 1 a month of the Rune Lords, which is a series that has 8 books out, and then the author has died, but the 9th is hopefully still coming out at some point posthumously. But so yeah, that fit in super easy for me to just read the next one of that one.
I've been on the Red Rising train, so that was easy.
Forgot what I read for that one.
2 hours.
Let's see.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah, I did The Crew.
Hmm.
That's right.
Les Mis is 52 hours. Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Good thing that was last month and not this month.
I tried to mostly pick short things, which I do anyway, but especially since I had a couple of really long physical things I was working on, I tried to do that. But I just got, and I'm really torn too, because I don't think I'm going to have time and I want to. I just got an arc I've been really wanting, and it comes out August 1st. So I'd love to read it this month, but it's a little chunky, and I don't know that I'm going to have time to fit that in. So I might save that prompt for very last and then read the short book I have picked out if I can't read that one. So we'll see.
Nice.
You got-
Thankfully, I'm done my physical reads for the month, and now I'm on to just audio only for the last week. And my company's gone, so it should be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had family like in and out for a lot of the month. So
Yeah.
Expanse series.
just too long. You guys want to look at the prompts here?
Yeah.
Yeah, things have changed.
Yeah, look at those Green Day prompts. Everybody's reading Green Day prompts now.
They're not as high as some of the Journey and Fleetwood ones. More of them could be read.
Or not.
But yeah, the least read prompt so far has been the scavenger hunt, which is interesting.
Probably
Okay.
just people not wanting to scavenge.
Either that or they picked something they were in the mood for at like the start of the month. And now if they haven't read it, their mood's changed. And so now they're like, do I want to do another hunt? Do I want to just not do it?
Mhm.
And so yeah, it looks like that one and Rebellious Teenager weren't popular picks, which I get it because books about annoying teenagers are not really my thing. So I can understand.
That's fair.
Well,
It's funny though, 'cause-
rebellious and annoying are not the same things, Nico.
Yeah.
Well, in fiction, often they are, not necessarily in life. But
they can be. But it's interesting because Rebellious Teenager was one of the most popular prompts early on.
I guess maybe people they had something they wanted to read and then others haven't. Could be. It is interesting looking at how they all play out. I usually try to go in like a more balanced order, but yeah, I've been all over the place with this one. So
A lot more people have been doing the know your enemy prompt. I think so far the most popular one, still Daisy Darker with 4, and then the Gunslinger with 4, and then overall though I think a lot of people have read Dark Matter, although some people haven't submitted it for that. But yeah, it's interesting. Nico, you still only have 3.
okay, I'll take it. You know, if I still had a copy of Gunslinger, I should have done that. That book is super short.
Yeah, it's like 250 pages.
I feel like the copy I had was even shorter. I don't know. I had a weird copy though.
Okay.
So the most popular books so far are still the only one left, and it's up to 12 submissions now. And still Dark Matter at 5, though I think it was submitted a 6th time, but after the update. And End of Watch, the 3rd Bill Hodges book, is at 5.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. What has been your longest book of the year? I don't know.
I gotta open my spreadsheet for this.
I gotta go to my spreadsheet.
He has a spreadsheet. Yeah. The longest book for me is probably going to be this one, the First Finding.
I think it might have been Peril's Gate. This one's pretty long. I don't think I read anything longer than this year.
Mine, I'm just remembering, was Infinite Jest. Good God.
How long was that one?
Uh,
Was it audio or did you do physical?
I did both, but the physical is like 1,100 pages, but the audio, the longest audiobook I've ever done, it was more than 60 hours. It took me
What?
It took me like 45 days to finish it. It was, oh God.
Whoa. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
It was parts of it were good, but parts of it were very boring and drawn out. And
Yeah.
there's this whole thing of like there's end notes on the back, and you have to like constantly flip back and forth. And some of the end notes, they're only like a sentence or two, but then some of them are like 30 pages that have like nothing to do with the book. So
Isn't that similar to like House of Leaves? From what
Yeah.
I've seen of House of Leaves, I haven't gotten in. I don't want to do that one, but
they're
doesn't it have all those like footnotes and stuff at the bottom?
yeah, they're completely different like stories, but they're lots of footnotes and very literary.
Yeah.
Parts of it were good, but good God, it took me forever to finish.
Yeah.
So I just found out my longest this year so far has been Demon in White, the third Sun Eater book. And the mass market is 900 and something. I think 912 pages.
That was a great book.
Yeah, it was. I really liked it.
Have you read Sun Eater, Nico?
I have not yet, although from what I've heard, I think I will like it. I do plan to get to it eventually. I don't have any of the books, though.
That's fair.
It's based on mood. This book I do want to get to, and that would be also a very long book.
Yes. You can do it.
Yeah, you can. I have 4 in this readathon, but 5 overall because I'm also doing Spiffo 9 Summer and I'm a ringer. So I can go to 15 there. And I haven't quite managed to overlap everything. Oh, thanks. It's a part of a scarf, actually. But yeah, it's funny. So I mentioned earlier there was a pattern to what I'd been wearing in every live show for the Battle of the Bands. So week 1, I wore purple. Week 2, I wore navy blue. And this week, I'm wearing black and yellow. And next week, it will be green.
For the winner.
No, for the order of the bands.
Yes. Yeah, I don't read long books, so I'm looking at the pages. But usually the books I read don't go any higher than 500 pages. So I'm thinking that the first binding, it's at 832 pages. This will be the longest one that I would have completed so far.
Very chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured this would be the week when it would become obvious.
Do you guys have like a favorite book that you've read so far for the month?
Let me look here.
Do you want Janny words or non-Janny words?
How about both?
With Words of Light and Shadow, it's usually whatever the last book I finished in the series. It's so hard to pick favorites. So those have been really good. But otherwise, I've had some meh with some of my other reads. But Hero in the Shadows, which is the third Waylander book in Drenai, is really good. I think the biggest surprise was Butcher Baker Candlestick Taker by Patricia Meredith, which was really, really enjoyable.
Yes.
Yeah, your sister doesn't read a lot of fantasy, right, babe?
She reads some, but not a ton.
It's mostly like thrillers and romance.
Some thrillers, some romance, some historical fiction, some nonfiction. She's kind of all over. She reads a bit of everything, I think. Less so horror, but some.
Probably my favorite book of the month has got to be Windhaven by George R. R. Martin and Lisa Tuttle. This book. I read part 1 a while ago and never got back to it, but I finally finished it and I really loved it.
What is that one about?
It's about this. It's a standalone fantasy where you
Okay.
have a setting of islands and you have these group of people who pass down wings generation to generation. It's like really important to have these wings, and you follow this main character called Maris. And at the start of it, she's a teenager and she's trying to like gain these wings back because she loses them because of some kind of family thing. And then you basically follow her throughout her life from childhood to elderly, and it was just very, very compelling for me.
Okay. My favorite so far, I would have to say, is The Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. It's a wilderness story. That was my 5-star read. Thought it was fantastic.
Nice.
Nice.
I've
My
had
favorite. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My favorite this month by far has been Iron Gold, surprising absolutely no one. And then after that, I think I've had like 6 4-stars. So picking a second is going to be tough.
Well, you know how me and Nico feel about Red Rising.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple 5 stars. Nice.
That's great. Multiple 5 stars is awesome.
I do have a lot to go left this month, so we'll see. But I read like a few things that were shorter that I'd been putting off, or just kind of miscellaneous things. But also considering we had a prompt for a spooky season book, which I don't typically read. We had a book for trying a genre, and a few others where I just threw in something different. It's been interesting for sure.
Yeah, because you typically read mostly fantasy sci-fi, but you had to kind of switch it up for this month for a few of the prompts.
Yeah, but I was able to try things from authors that I was interested in too. But I even threw in, which I just finished today, an Abercrombie book. Even.
Nice.
And that's pretty much how I feel about Abercrombie. But this is the last one I own, and it actually was pretty good. I'm still going to get rid of it, but it was actually pretty good. I hated the first book so much, pretty much everything about it, and I hated the second one almost more, and felt like an absolute chore to finish, and I just wanted it to end. So everybody says it gets better. I disagree. I think it just doubles down on everything that made it bad for me.
I think I gave the first book 2.5, maybe 2 stars, and then I gave the second book 2 stars. I felt they were kind of on the same level of just, I don't care about any of this.
Yeah.
Sorry, sweetie.
It's okay. It's not like I haven't given some of your favorite books low ratings too.
Yeah.
I have 4 left for Battle of the Bands, 5 left for the whole month because of Spiffbo's summer as well.
I have 4 left.
I have 5 left.
Fun fact, I think Red Rising was like my second review ever, almost 3 years ago. And it's just me complaining for 5 minutes.
I'll have to go listen to it. It'll probably be great.
Oh my gosh, no, the quality is probably terrible, and it took me a while to get the format down too, so it's probably very bad. I haven't gone back and listened to any of my crazy old stuff, but I have still I was making videos long before people were watching them, And most of the really old ones people don't see because also my channel name was different at the time, and so they're still there, but their YouTube doesn't show them very easily, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what?
Sorry, I was just reading the comments.
Oh,
My sister's like, I like how Nico conveniently dodged that question.
oh.
Which question?
How many books do you have left to read this month for the readathon?
You have 8, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I do. Sorry, I missed that.
Subconscious thing that just happened there.
I do, yeah. I have 8 books for 8 days, which is not a great situation, but some of them are pretty short, so that's where like I'm hoping to get through quickly. We had more prompts last time. We had 20 prompts, and I was done by about now. And I averaged for a while almost a book a day. But the problem is they're like all physical left too, so it's not even like I have audio ones that are quick. So it'll be interesting, but it's I think I can get through. I got mostly short stuff, and the only really long one I'm doing on audio right now. So I'll slowly do that over the week, and then try and get through the rest.
Aw, Tink.
I have a cat.
You have a cat.
So what books or book are you guys the most excited to get to in the
For our
week?
remainder.
Yep.
The remainder. Let me see.
For me, it's probably the last book in the Obsidian Path trilogy. I'm rereading book 1 and 2, which are really good, and then the third one I'll be reading for the first time, and I need answers.
Which one is that, Jake? What is it?
That's the Obsidian Path trilogy by Michael R. Fletcher.
Obsidian Path trilogy.
And just look at this cover for the last book, though. Seriously,
Yeah.
Like, come on, so great.
Badass.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It is.
I would say of Honey and Wildfires, because I haven't finished. I'm a little over halfway in that one, and that's my physical read, so I should be finishing that this week, and I am excited for that one, like to finish it to see where it goes, how it ends, because it's really good so far, and it's making me realize that a fantasy Western is something I needed in my life. I didn't realize
there are more, believe it or not.
I'm really liking it.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. Well, it's her writing that is really, really good.
Have you read that one, Nico?
I have not. I actually almost put it in this month, but I didn't. I have it, and I'm excited to get to it. I just I have it on my shelf of things to get to, but I also have a ton of review copies that are in front of that book because it's not a review copy, and so it's let me know. But I'm for me, I think because I'm doing a Secret Project 3 Yumi this month yet. I'll probably just read it physically since I actually got the book pretty quickly, surprisingly. But I am also excited for A Drowned Kingdom by P.L. Stewart, which is a review copy that I've been meaning to get to for a while. Hence why I'm sorry I didn't get to it sooner. And this one's kind of long, but it's not that bad. But I'm really excited for it.
No, Lisa, it is not.
Most people say it is. I guess it depends who you ask. No? Oh, no?
I went on a rant about it. I think in my May wrap up, I went on a rant. No. Solid pass.
What is that one about? I've heard about the book, but I don't really know much about it.
Well, it is a romantasy. And when I went into it, I did not know all these things. I thought it was a fantasy surrounding a school, like a dragon school with dragon riders. And that was the premise that really intrigued me, which is why I jumped into it. But that's not the front seat of the roller coaster. That is the middle seat of the roller coaster. It is it needs to grow up. It needs to grow up. It is just so bad.
Aw.
The dragons are the only great thing about it. Everything else was just cringy to me. And just, yeah, the dragons, it's like I was living for the fantasy element and the dragons, and you just don't get enough of that because these 20-year-old, it's lust. Like 20-year-old lust is like taking the front seat of everything. And it's just not even done well, in my opinion. It's just, don't get me started. It was just awful. that part. The dragons were fantastic.
I'm definitely most looking forward to Lightbringer and The Only One Left because I still haven't read that. But I think at this point they're going to end up happening after my readathon reads because I found out as a ringer that you could do 15 books and not 12. And so then I had to make more things overlap with Spiffo 9 Summer. And so I ended up like pushing it off my TBR or like off my Battle of the Bands TBR just to make sure that I had like priority set. But yeah, my favorite one left on both my TBRs, or the one I'm most looking forward to, is called Stone Will, and it's the first Dragonheart book. It's a lit RPG series that's been translated, and I've heard good things about it, and it sounds
It's called
intriguing.
Stoneheart?
Yeah, Stone Will. The
Stone
series
Will.
is Dragonheart.
Dragonheart, okay. Look it up.
I'm using it for Relentless character because I figure with the title called Stone Will, how can you not be a little relentless and like go after what you want? And then for Spiffo 9 Summer, I'm using it for my translated book.
What's it translated from?
Russian. And it's also a debut bonus point for that.
Yeah, I lucked out with that because I completed all my books in the first week or the second week. Yeah, when I found out I was a part of that readathon.
Yeah.
But literally nearly all the ones I first completed all the prompts. So I was able to just get it all done right away.
Yeah. Nice. For me, I had the original 5 done in the first week, but then I ended up being called as a ringer for my team, which means I can do up to 15 now.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So I think I'm at 10 out of 15. But I can only have submitted 9 because I have to do it in order of like the prompts have to be a full set before you can start reusing.
Okay.
So I can't submit 1 yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay. Also, the Lightbringer.
What is lit RPG? What is that exactly? I think someone told me. Doesn't it have to do with games?
Yeah. So it's when a book is taking place inside a video game. Okay. And there's more to it than that. Like it has to include some kind of game stats. So like health points or dexterity or like magic, intelligence, something like that. Like a typical MMO would. Because otherwise, if it doesn't include stats, it's considered game lit and not lit RPG, I think. But yeah, it's just like a role-playing game inside a video game where you get like game stats.
Yeah.
It's been one of those things that I'm still not sure how I feel about it. There is one that I've really enjoyed though on audio, which is Dungeon Caller Carl, which has been fantastic. But I've tried a couple of others and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. So been interesting trying it out though.
That's fair. So to answer Lisa, yes, but it's what I would call lit RPG light because while it does include stats, it's like only briefly mentioned a couple of times. I think it mentions like the characters in-game currency, and I think at one point it mentions like health points, but it's not as much as a typical lit RPG novel would be.
I was going to ask the same question because Ready Player One would be the closest that I've ever come close to that.
Yeah.
Got at least one Dungeon Crawler Carl fan in the chat.
I was going to say, is this a reference of some kind?
Princess Donut is his cat that becomes sentient in the dungeon. And her name is Princess Donut. And it's also like I feel like the audio is a big part because it's so great. And it's like seeing the guy and hearing his normal voice. It's hard to believe that either of those character voices come from him for Carl or Princess Donut. But he's fantastic. He does such a great job. And they're just really, really entertaining audiobooks. So the next book is actually, I think, out now, but I'm 100% waiting until the audio is out to read it or to listen to it.
Yeah, audio narrators can really make or break a story. They can really bring it to life if done well, like the voices for each character. And
yeah, I always find I struggle with narrators when they would like emphasize different things or intonate something differently than I would in my brain. So I always find it's like dialogue specific, like when a character is saying something, how they emphasize things is iffy for me.
So
Dungeon Crawler Carl also is like my it's pretty high in my top viewed videos of all time. It's pretty surprisingly high, and it came out of nowhere well after it was actually like posted. So it was pretty cool to see. It's in my top 10, and it's like 6th overall for my most viewed videos, I think. So it's been good to me as well.
Dyslexicon asks, if we were to do the readathon again, what would we do differently?
Finish Wars of Light and Shadow prior to the readathon starting. 100%. Very easy question. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a bit of that situation too. I still had like 300 pages left in Last Argument of Kings coming into July. So I would have made sure that I finished my June books before the end of June. And I just would have picked shorter books for myself that I would have enjoyed. And maybe not try to double up on readathons so much, because that makes you very like in a very strict TBR sort of situation. And I'm more of a mood reader. So that's hard for me.
yeah,
but I'm enjoying what I'm reading. Like, I don't think my reading is suffering for it. It's just my August reading might suffer for it because I'm going to be like, I don't want to read fantasy and I just want to read all these thrillers and romance and anything not SFF.
Yeah. I don't think personally for me I would have done anything differently other than just double checking to make sure on Libby when each one I chose would be available. Because my TBR that I started off with has changed. Not all of them. I haven't stuck to the TBR that I created. It's also, I'm a mood reader, so some of them I just wasn't feeling, and I was able to switch them out last minute for some of the prompts. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have. I wouldn't have changed that much, but I would have had like my TBR, and then I would have had like a second choice for some of them, because I know
Backups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a point like in the first part of the readathon where I just was not in the mood to read certain books, and I just had to switch a bunch of them, and I had to figure out that. So if I would have had that in place already, that would have been a better idea.
Yeah.
It's been tough because my progress has been slow, but I like Wars of Light and Shadow is amazing. I don't regret reading it. I just was very optimistic when I said I was going to finish it in June. And that was never going to happen, being realistic. But yeah, I was still finishing like the second half of the book I was on for the first like week of the month. And then I just recently, in the last couple of days, finished the next one. And then I'm the last one doing audio. But I thankfully too, I listened to all of my a lot of my audio ones were like outside of the norm. So I'm reading very epic fantasy, and then I listened to Stephen Erickson's sci-fi parody book, the last one in that series. I listened to a historical mystery, a kind of urban horror fantasy type thing. You know, lots of stuff very different. And so that really helped, I think, because it was like a nice change of pace from what I was actually, reading physically, and made it go, I think, nicely. So I've been having a great time. This last week it's just going to be challenging because I have a lot to get to. But I have some really good stuff to get to too. So
Lisa, Will Wheaton, what did he narrate?
Oh, he
He
narrates Ready Player One and The Martian.
Okay, I read physically Ready Player One. I didn't listen to that one on audiobook after that came out, but I feel like I have. Will Wheaton sounds familiar. Does he narrate anything else or just those two that we know of?
I'm sure he does other things. I think he does some John Scalzi books, but you probably recognize him from TV.
Is that what it is? Okay, he's familiar.
he was on Star Trek back in the day, and then has played himself on all kinds of shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He was also in The Guild, if you ever saw that show, with Felicia Day's show, which is fantastic.
He was also one of the kids in the 80s movie Stand By Me. Have you ever seen that?
That's
Sure.
it. Yeah. That's it. Looking for Alaska.
by
I
John
still
Green,
need to
I'm assuming.
Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still need to read The Martian. I have that in Artemis, but I wish that Ray Porter also narrated both of those, because that was Project Hail Mary, narrated by Ray Porter, is what like sold me on the fact that, okay, I can really fall in love with audiobooks. And I've listened to several other things just because he narrates them, because I just love him. He's great.
That was probably my favorite book that I read last year.
It was
Project.
pretty high on my list.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get to that one when I'm in the mood for sci-fi.
Definitely make sure you do the audiobook.
Definitely.
Is that available on Script? Because it's not available on Libby. I wasn't sure if it was Script or Audible or both.
I don't know.
I'll check Script for you. I think it's Audible.
Is it Audible?
I know I listened to it on Audible, I think.
But I
didn't
listened
ask.
to it like when it first came out, so it wouldn't have been on Script then anyway.
Audio. Okay.
It's not on Canadian Script anyway, because it's coming up with looks similar to. But yeah, there's an element in the audiobook for that translates much better to audio than it does on the page. And that's all I can tell you without spoilers.
Okay, I'll make
Yeah.
sure I listen to it then.
It's a really fun reveal when you get to it.
Okay.
And I have the book in hardcover, and I've kept it. I don't want to get rid of it because I like having it, but I will never physically read that book
Yeah.
ever, because I just can't. It's a book I cannot imagine consuming in any way but the audio, because the audio is just so good. But yeah, Ray Porter is great, and like I listened to the Bobaverse series just because he narrates it and he does the same way. And come to find out, the whole Rune Lords series, which is fantasy, and he does those, but he does them differently for fantasy, are all included on Audible. So even though I had been working on collecting those physical books for years, I did most of it on audio just because I like Ray Porter and they were on there, so it worked really well.
How does now when it comes to The Martian, I saw the movie years ago. How does the book and the movie compare?
They're
I've only
very,
read the book, so.
they're very similar, I would say. But I liked the Martian movie better just because, I don't know, with sci-fi, I tend to like getting it visually for some reason. But they're pretty similar. The story is very similar.
They are doing a Project Hail Mary movie.
They are?
Yeah, with I think it's Ryan Gosling set to star.
Nice.
Well, I will be.
I don't know when it's coming in, but I will definitely watch it. I have not actually seen The Martian either.
A great movie.
I definitely plan to watch it at some point. I never ended up seeing it, and then especially I haven't read the book either. But
No, you didn't miss anything.
Just bookish chit chat.
Do you guys have any strategies for your team for the last week of the readathon?
Tell everyone to do the bonus and read our prompts if they haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
It's just purely
Pretty
their
much.
reading.
It's hard to strategize when, like, when you're like whatever comes in on the library, you just got to consume first. So, but I would say the bonus challenges, try to get everyone to complete those.
Yep. Lisa's
They're
done.
from the sidelines. Yes. Oh, because she's done. She finished.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we've been chatting for almost an hour, and we have one more update, which we will do, I believe, on the 2nd, possibly. Wait, I don't think we've worked it out yet, but
I
basically,
have no idea when we're doing it.
yeah, we'll figure it out. But essentially, what we're gonna do is you have to finish your books on the 31st in your time zone, but well, on the 1st you can still submit your books, and then after that, on the 2nd, it'll be done, and then we'll do all the tallying, and then we'll eventually have a live show to reveal who the winner is.
Okay, so the first is still, we can still submit that day.
Yeah, just in
You
case
could
anyone
also
reads or finishes their book at like 11:30, and they're just, we'll give them an extra day to submit.
Okay.
Probably gonna.
I was
be
gonna
me.
say we could tally and do a live on the evening of the 1st if that works better for people too.
Yeah, I don't even know like what days of the week that is.
Isn't it a Monday or a Tuesday?
Tuesday is the 1st, I think, and Wednesday is the 2nd.
Yeah.
Whatever works. Anyway, this is the last update before the final score. That's
Okay.
the important part.
Yeah.
And the scores are very close.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Green Day has 420, Journey has 400, Fleetwood has 370, and then Nirvana a slightly lower.
I get the pity one. Okay. We're hopefully gonna at least have a more respectable total here soon. So yeah, but definitely, yeah. Get some more prompts. Go Team Nirvana. We're not gonna finish 4th. That is I'm calling it now. We're not gonna finish 4th. We'll see how much more we can do. That's my goal. My goal last week was not to go to 4th. We failed that goal, but we can do it here.
You know what? I'm just glad that Fleetwood's not A in last and B still the most attacked.
We're the most attacked now, and it's bull crap.
Yeah, but you're in 1st. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You're in 1st. That's what you get.
And it's not like that much more than the other teams.
Yeah, I'm only 20 points behind you, so bring it.
We will see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a little bit more than a week to read, and then we shall see who the winner is, and we will see y'all next week.
All righty. Bye.